What are the penalties for driving on a suspended license here in Florida? And the penalties are going to depend on whether you knew or you didn't know that your license was suspended. When you get pulled over, the officer is going to run your license, and based on the reason for the suspension, they're going to issue you a ticket for driving on a suspension with knowledge or without knowledge. For example, if your license is suspended for lapse of insurance or you forgot to renew your vehicle tag, before that happens, the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, is required to notify you of this pending suspension if you don't fix that issue. So if you get caught in a suspension because of that, the officer is going to assume that you had knowledge and they'll issue you a ticket for driving on suspension with knowledge. On the other hand, if they run your license and they see that you have an outstanding red light camera ticket, they don't actually issue red light camera tickets in person. They're mailed to the owner of the vehicle. So it's not uncommon for these red lights to get misplaced, or they send it to the wrong address, and for whatever reason, the person doesn't get it and their license is suspended. So when the officer runs the license and they see that's a red light, they typically are going to issue you a ticket for driving with a license suspended without knowledge. Now that you know the two types of tickets that you can get, we can get into the penalties. And we'll start with driving on a suspension without knowledge. And those kinds of charges are considered civil infractions. They're not criminal. You're not going to go to jail. There's no, it's not going to tarnish your criminal history. You're just required to pay a fine. Usually that fine is $179. Now, I don't recommend you pay it because when you pay it, you are admitting guilt. And apart from paying the fine, you end up getting points on your driving record. And in this case, you're looking at 3 points or up to 4 points if there was an accident. But that is the penalty, a fine. On the other hand, if you are caught driving on a suspension with knowledge, those are criminal tickets. With criminal tickets, the penalties may include jail time. For example, if it's a first time, you're looking at up to 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. If it is a second time, you're looking at up to a year in jail and up to $1,000 fine. And if it is a third time, up to 5 years in jail and $5,000 fines. In addition, if you get 3 driving while license suspended charges, whether they're criminal or not, you could be facing a habitual traffic offender status. What that means is that your license is automatically suspended for 5 years. This is why it is extremely important that you contact a traffic ticket attorney, not handle this by yourself, because I've seen a lot of clients that they just end up paying everything thinking they're gonna get their license back, and then they call me saying, hey, my license is now suspended for 5 years. An attorney like myself can clear the underlying suspension, can reinstate your license correctly, and a lot of times can get any kind of criminal ticket associated with the suspension dismissed, or at the very least, a result that's not gonna be affecting you long term. Having said that, I hope this video helped. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, any concerns, you can leave your comments below. You can shoot me an email. You can give me a call. It's a free consultation, 305-775-3720. Thanks for watching.